Community at Taxevity, where you meet people who make life better, our clients and friends. My name is Pramod Sharma, and our topic today is working remotely from anywhere, and you can do that without people even knowing. Our guest is Esther Friedberg Karp, who is the president of EFK CompuBooks, Inc. Welcome, Esther.
Thank you, Pramod. Thank you for having me.
In a sentence or two, please describe what you do.
Sure. I do accounting, software training, and consulting. I'm a public speaker, and I specialize in QuickBooks. My clients are generally small but more medium-sized companies that require software to handle their accounting and their administrative and basically company management needs. And what I will do is a number of things, whether it's installation, conversion, training, troubleshooting, transferring information from other systems, other legacy systems. Another one of my big clients is Intuit itself, which is the company that created QuickBooks. And I do a lot of training for them in a variety of countries in QuickBooks Desktop and online.
Okay, and it's because of the traveling that you do that we wanted to talk to you to get some tips so that we can be more productive.
I've been on a lot of planes.
One of the tools that you recommend a lot is GoToMeeting. What's the reason behind that?
I am not making any money from this plug for GoToMeeting. I mean, you can use other similar software packages that compete with GoToMeeting. I happen to like GoToMeeting, so when I sing its praises, don't think I'm getting anything out of this. It's worth its weight in gold. It's worth every penny. I've had to fly to Australia, various places in the States. I've flown to Israel, and I've had to be available to clients here while I'm there. And as long as I could deal with the time difference, and sometimes wasn't sleeping a whole lot, as long as I could sound awake during North American business hours, I could do training sessions or just hop on a quick GoToMeeting call and fix a client issue very, very quickly. And it's very easy for the clients to use. I just send them an email, they click on the links, they follow the bouncing ball, and before you know it, we are connected. And I am sharing access to their computer with them or showing them something from my computer. And it's all very easy and very secure.
Okay, and so that's a key tool that you use.
Yeah.
And you said that you also have mechanisms to transfer large files?
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of different systems in use from clients and colleagues, and some of them are using Dropbox, some are using BitCasa, You Send It, which is now called Hightail.
Okay.
There are a number of them, and a lot of them have free versions of it. And then if you want to pay for it, then you get some extra functionality and more space and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
I'm a member of a consulting group in the States called the Sleater Group, which is a group of accounting consultants. And one of the benefits of my membership is that I have a free share file account. So if I don't want to use Dropbox or You Send It or BitCasa, and I want to send you access to a large file such as a recording, I can easily just go into my share file account and provide you with access to that one file and upload it for you.
Okay, so you don't have a strong preference for one system over another because there are different systems that allow file sharing.
There are just so many different ones now. I mean, it's really, I couldn't even begin to tell you what's out there because there are so many now that are secure, they're encrypted, they have all different kinds of options that you can choose to pay for or not. It's really, I would suggest that whoever's watching this and is considering doing a large file transfer type of work, that they look into these options and see what other people are saying.
Okay, now one of the challenges that we as Canadians have if we're going outside of our country is mobile data and voice calling.
Because we get hosed.
Yes. Have you
hosed.
Found some solution around that problem?
Yeah, we pay ridiculous roaming rates to use our Canadian mobile accounts outside the country.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on where I'm going, I do a little bit of research first to be able to minimize my costs. So for instance, I used to rent a SIM card when I went to Israel, and that gave me a certain amount, unlimited calling and calling to North America, and a certain amount of data. And it so happens that they deregulated mobile calls, the whole mobile industry in Israel. So the prices just plummeted. And so I actually got myself an Israeli SIM card that I keep, and I can maintain my phone number for like the equivalent of like $3 a month.
Okay.
And I have an unlocked iPhone. So whenever I go to Israel, I now put in the Israeli SIM card, and it's always active on this lower plan, but then I up it to the higher plan, which gives me unlimited calling to anywhere in Israel and anywhere in like 55 countries, including Canada and the US. I also get 2 North American phone numbers, including a Toronto phone number if I want, for people to call me, but I never hand that out. I just have them call my office number, which is forwarded to that number, which rings through to the Israeli cell phone.
Okay.
And I have one other phone number that I can use, and I can call them as well. So that's been wonderful. I rented, actually I bought a SIM card in Australia for like $40 for the month, and I put that into an old BlackBerry of mine. I have a pay-as-you-go plan with T-Mobile for going to the States. It's not great, it's just for voice calling, but when I'm in the States, what I do is I take my iPhone, my Canadian iPhone, and I take it with me, but I put it on airplane mode so I don't get inadvertent text messages that I don't want to get charged for. And it still picks up data when I'm in a Wi-Fi zone, and I have Vonage in my office, and so I use the Vonage app that is available for iPhones and Androids, and that enables me, especially if I'm in a Wi-Fi area, to plug into my Vonage account and make calls from that.
Okay, so you can call out to a number through your Vonage plan, but if I want to call you and you're in the US, then how do you know that I've called you?
Right. So yes, if you'd called me and I was in Israel, no problem, except for the whole 7-hour time difference. But in the States, that's an issue. So I don't have my phone number forwarded to my T-Mobile phone because that would cost me. But what I do have is I've got a service here that whenever I get a phone call or a fax to the same number, I get an email with an attachment, either being a WAV file if it's a voice call, or a PDF if it's a fax.
Okay.
And so if you called me and left me a message and I'm anywhere on the planet, including the States, even though it's not forwarded to a local number, I can see, oh yeah, I'm in a Wi-Fi zone, and oh yeah, Pramod just called me, and I can just click on the icon for the attachment and listen to your message, and then I can call you back using my Vonage app or whatever.
Okay, so it could be that you're away and I don't even know.
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, last month I had a family emergency abroad, and I had to drop everything and go. And my clients didn't even know I was gone, which doesn't mean they didn't miss me. It just means that I was so available for them that they had absolutely no clue that I was gone. Because it rang through to my cell phone, I was in Israel, or I called them right back, or I emailed them right back. And as long as I could deal with being awake in the middle of the night, which equated to North American business hours here, as long as I could deal with the sleep disruption, I was fine.
Okay, so when you're away from your office, you don't use an out-of-office message?
No, that was something that I saw that clients and colleagues were doing for years, and I still see the odd out-of-office message that is generated automatically by Outlook or whatever. I'm sure you see it too, that the prevalence of that is going down. I don't see that many out-of-office messages anymore, emails, when I send it to somebody who's on vacation, because people are more available. Maybe that's a bad thing, but if you're running your own business, you're not going to say, oh, I'm going to the cottage and I don't I don't care, I need 2 weeks
Yes.
off. Your clients don't really care about that. You're fighting for every dollar of business. So yeah, part of what you offer is your availability, is your personal service.
Right. I think that makes a lot of sense because you can generally get back to people fairly quickly, and they
Absolutely.
don't need to know that you're somewhere else.
That's right. I mean, if somebody were to call me right now, my phone is in my purse on silent, and so it would
Hmm.
go to voicemail. They don't know
Right.
why it's going to voicemail. I could be, with a client, I could be having an interview.
Hmm.
I could be on the other side of the planet. They don't know.
Right.
And as long as I respond quickly and professionally, they don't care.
Now, since you do work outside of Canada, say in the US, do you have a US credit card or bank account, or do you just have everything converted at crazy exchange rates?
I used to, and I realized, well, that's just dumb. I have my Canadian bank offers business accounts in U.S. dollars, and I have a U.S. dollar business account because I do have clients whom I charge in U.S. bucks.
Hmm.
As a result, I also have a U.S. dollar credit card that is affiliated with that same Canadian bank. And that way, when I'm traveling in the States, I don't pay exchange rates on what I purchase.
Hmm.
And I don't, if I've got money in the bank in US dollars, that's what I use to pay the US credit card.
Okay.
Absolutely. No,
Okay.
that saves a lot of money. Those exchange rates are crazy.
And when you travel to the US or other places, do you use something like Nexus, or do you just go in the normal lines like the rest of
Um,
us?
you know what? I don't know why everybody doesn't get Nexus. It's $50 for 5 years. It's I mean, I originally got it because I was having lower back problems and standing in line was just agony for me. But now that I have it, I'm realizing back problems or no back problems, everybody should have this. I have no problem getting into the U.S. Obviously, one of the basic rules of Nexus when you go through the interview is you must follow every single rule to the letter. I mean, even one little misdeed, if you fail to claim something, and they can take your Nexus away from you forever. But that's no big deal. I've got nothing to hide. I claim
Hmm.
everything. And it really speeds up my getting into the country or into the United States. Absolutely. It was worth every penny. $50. It's nothing. 5 years, $50, $10 a year.
Yeah, that's pretty affordable.
It's very affordable and it's a business expense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, you've given us a lot of tips to help us work while we're away from the office. We didn't talk about work-life balance, but that's a totally different topic. We have a short segment called Give Your Word, where I'll say a word and then you'll say what word comes to your mind. So the first word is health.
Care.
Okay, the second word is wealth.
Money. I'm not very imaginative, am I?
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
And the next word is insurance.
Security.
And the next word is trust.
I hate to say this, but it's the first word that came to my mind. Me.
Okay.
Trust.
See, there's no telling what people will say. And the final word
I'm sorry.
well, it's good you trust yourself.
I think others should trust me too. Yeah.
Okay, and the final word is now.
Free. I don't know why I said that. I just feel, I guess because right now I feel free to do whatever I want. I don't know why that just came to my mind, but yeah.
Okay, now if people want to get a hold of you, regardless of where you are, what's
And
the
you
best
can-
way?
Well, you can trust me because I'm free to talk to you. You can call me at 416-410-0750. That number follows me around. And if I'm not available to pick up the phone, I get an email with either an attachment of a WAV file of your voicemail message, depending if you want to make a voice call or if you want to fax me something to the same number, I'll get the PDF right away. Or you can email me. My name is Esther, Esther, at e-compubooks.com. That's e-compubooks. Esther at e-compubooks.com.
Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Pramod.
Thanks for joining us for Tea at Taxevity. The Taxevity Insurance Advisory helps you understand insurance and bridges gaps in your coverage. There's no premium for peace of mind. How healthy is your insurance?